Hello and welcome to the Tech Brain channel. My name is Joe Urenda. In today's video, we explore how to land a remote tech job in 2025. So this video is targeted at anybody that's recently graduated or perhaps coming back from a career break and is trying to get back into tech and are probably trying to get a remote job for what might be a variety of reasons. So what I'll try to do in this video is to explore some of the techniques, some of the skills you will need to be able to land that tech job. You actually do need to have skills to be able to find a job, i.e. you need to have job hunting skills. So let's dive in. So our agenda or the coverage of the content that we've got in this video looks at techniques that will allow you to be able to build a strong skills portfolio. Also, you need to be able to market yourself. So you need to look at your CV. How do you distribute your CV? Where do you distribute it to? What format of CV will get recruiters calling you? We also look at perhaps market specific, in this case the UK market specific job platforms. If you're targeting a different job market, in that case, you might want to tailor your job search to perhaps the US or other parts of the world. You have to network with tech professionals. Networking with tech professionals not only gives you an insight into the industry, but it also helps you establish meaningful links within that industry. So look at how you're able to do that. And also, once you get that remote tech job, what skills are going to sustain you in the long run? So let's dive right in. So we start with building a strong portfolio and technical skills. So you've decided tech is what you would like to do, or perhaps you've been doing a degree in tech, or you do have a background in tech and you're trying to get back. As you know, tech is a rapidly evolving sector. So there will be some skills that you just need to have. You can't really negotiate in this case. So in-demand skills, you have to look at things like in-demand skills. What are the in-demand skills out there? At the moment, AI is all the rage, and underpinning that is data science. Do I know any of the widely used AI frameworks? Have I played with LangChain? Do I know how to use the OpenAI API, for instance? It could be as small as that, but there will be very popular packages currently that people are blogging about. Try to get in on the action. And there'll be staples, things like Kubernetes, Docker. These things aren't going to go away anytime soon. So it does actually help you if you do have foundational knowledge around containerization and also orchestration of those containers. Also, cloud services. Would I be able to set up a website on AWS? What are the steps to do that? Not just AWS, but things like GCP or Azure. Certifications are a badge that you will need to distinguish yourself from the competition. It is a crowded job marketplace, and one of the best ways to do that is to actually get a vendor certification. So it could be something like an AWS certification or perhaps GCP, or you might get a Java certification. There are a ton of certifications out there. Somebody attaining a certification shows a potential employer that you are committed to improving yourself, and you're the kind of person that they can give an assignment and probably be able to hit the ground running. It shows initiative. So certifications, a while back, they weren't that popular, or people tend to frown at the idea of certifications, but it can actually make a difference. It goes without saying, you can have the certification, but you can actually be incompetent in the job that you do. So you do need to have the competence. You can study for the exam and actually fail to apply what you've learned in the actual job market. So you do need to Make sure that in as much as you get the certification, you can actually solve business problems, because ultimately this is what um, it's all about, being able to leverage technology to solve business problems, which nicely takes us on to the third point here, which talks about portfolio. You need to showcase your skills. You need to have some sort of professional online portfolio. It helps. So perhaps you have a GitHub repository where you've been building applications. You can showcase that at an interview. You can get to discuss that at an interview. More so if you can actually find yourself contributing perhaps to some open source projects out there. So that does go a long way in terms of convincing potential recruiters about your suitability for given job roles. Your CV is your marketing document. Yes, we sometimes forget about our CVs. We don't maintain them, we don't update them. But your CV has to be a living, breathing document, so to say. You need to constantly update it as you acquire new skills. Not just that, you also need to look at the trends in CV organization. What's the best way to format a CV? What CV gets recruiters excited? That's the kind of stuff that you need to also factor in. So here we talk about a UK style CV. Perhaps somebody's looking for a job in the UK, in which case they might want to format their CV according to a UK style. LinkedIn, not the only platform for professional networking. There are a lot of other platforms, but it's more widely accepted, and it's a great place for recruiters to find their next candidate. So make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date. Make sure that you're using keywords in there. Make sure that you've got a clear profile picture. You've got a clear history of what you've been up to. That's always a great place for recruiters to find information about potential candidates. If there is a market that you're trying to target, in that case, you might want to look at specific job platforms within that market. For instance, here in the UK, there's Techno Jobs, CW Jobs, Total Jobs. There are a bunch of job sites out there. So spending time looking at the jobs also helps you to tailor your CV in such a way that it hits more or less the middle ground in terms of what people are looking for in that specific job role. Try some of the freelance platforms. There are a ton of freelance platforms out there, so it's not always going to be a case that you get a 9 to 5. Sometimes you can get a freelance job where they pay you by output. That's great. So consider exploring those options as well. Something that we used to do back in the day was to apply directly to a company. That's still the thing. Still a thing though. So you can actually apply directly to a company. Most companies will have a career section within their website. So you could actually apply, and that gets you talking to the right people within that organization. Networking is essential in our industry. So if there are any webinars, any conferences that you can attend remotely, do that. So perhaps one of the things that you might struggle to do if you look for a job is to expense or pay for a trip to a conference, but some of these will also have a virtual presence. Some of these conferences will also have a virtual presence, so try to explore those as well. Then you can also join things like Discord groups or perhaps Slack. So many UK tech communities will have a Slack or Discord channel. Referrals. Make sure that you're leveraging contacts or mentors in whatever country, and you can also ask for introductions or referrals. Some of these large organizations will also have community arms where you can actually become an active member of that tech community, and then you get spotted. And if your contributions are worthwhile and you're adding value to that particular product or piece of software, they can always, try to extend their arm out to you to give you that job. So you have to give something to get something, I think is ultimately the point I'm making here. So once you land that job, what's next? So you need to obviously make sure that you can communicate. You've got the communication tools and also you know how to use them. What is some of the etiquette around these communication tools? It's something that you don't get taught. It's a given that somebody can type in to a messaging application, but there is also an etiquette about how you do that. So make sure that you're comfortable with all the various communication tools. As part of your onboarding, they might teach you how to use those tools, but it always helps if you've got the knowledge beforehand. Time management and productivity. They're hiring you as a remote worker, so you need to be disciplined. You do need to be the kind of person that requires minimal supervision. If that's not you, then it probably won't go well. So, time management and productivity, those are things that you need to work on. Perhaps you're weak in that area. There are ways you can actually improve that. So, you need to be able to work autonomously. It is extremely expensive to supervise a remote employee, especially if they're the kind of person that requires micromanaging. That will not work. So make sure that you're the kind of person that is able to pick up a task. If you're not clear about something, you ask, take notes, and that's all part of communication. So you will be working with people from all over the world. So cultural sensitivity is an important thing here. There are certain things that can't be done in the workplace, not safe for work. So be careful about your communications. And most companies will have an HR policy where they outline the do's and don'ts. So understand the business culture within that market. And also, since you're working remotely, expect maybe to have to handle calls outside of your normal work hours. But that comes with the territory, I guess, since you're working remotely. So in a nutshell, this is what you need to be thinking of if you're looking to land that remote job in any market. If you'd like more information, or perhaps you'd like a tailored mentorship, drop a like, send me a message on the channel, and we can work something out. I've been in this industry for quite a while, so I am fairly comfortable recruiting, developing, managing, and doing all that kind of thing. Okay, so until next time, thank you for listening. Bye now.